session, I want to talk about annual giving campaigns. Now, sometimes people get confused between annual giving campaigns and capital campaigns. The difference is very simple. A capital campaign runs for multiple years, generally 3 to 5 years. An annual giving campaign is just that. It is an annual campaign for 1 year, and the monies that are collected and raised during that annual fund or annual giving campaign are designed to help offset the school's budgetary needs for that given year. Now, when you decide that you want to have an annual giving campaign, you first have to understand what you're trying to accomplish. What are the goals that you have? But first, you need to establish a steering committee. The steering committee is designed to help the head of the school and the head of the Development or Institutional Advancement Office design a program that will be as productive as possible in bringing in the needed funds for the school. So when you design the steering committee, you want to look at who should be on that committee. Generally, that would be some of your donors, generally some of your top donors, but also people who have been very involved in your school. But the question that you need to ask is why? Why do you want them on the committee? What will they bring to that committee? Now, the next thing that you're going to look at is actually planning the campaign itself, saying, all right, what are our goals? Now, most campaigns have two goals. One is a financial aspect, and the other is involvement. So, for instance, you might say, my goal for this year will be $200,000 or $600,000. That's my financial goal. But I also want to make sure that I have participation. I want to get at least 50% of our parents and alumni to be donors in one way or another to that annual giving campaign. Now, you also need to establish the budget. How much are you going to spend in order to get these additional funds? That's an important component. Now, you also need to make sure that you clearly establish your campaign team. You have to select those individuals, and then what you need to do is very simple. Assign responsibilities. Who will be doing what during a particular time? Now, as we move from developing the steering committee and the team, you also want to analyze your donor base. Who are you trying to attract? Is it just parents? Is it just alumni? Are you trying to get any involvement from the larger community? Those are important questions that you need to make sure that you answer as you plan and then start carrying out your annual giving campaign. Now, you also need to make sure that you develop campaign materials. You need to make sure that you understand what printed materials are needed. Who will produce those? How many will you need? And in doing that, you have to clearly make a statement of need. That's referred to as the case statement. What are you really trying to accomplish? And how does this campaign tie in with your mission and your vision for the institution? Now, when you develop these marketing strategies, you have to look at printed materials. You also have to look at how will you deal with emails. What about videos? What about social media? All of those things need to be tied together in your marketing strategy for your annual giving campaign. Then you need to decide how and when are we going to launch the campaign. Most campaigns generally start in the fall, after schools have started and parents are settled in. Now, you also have to make sure that during the course of the campaign that you track your progress. You also need to make sure that you thank your donors. And then also keep people apprised of the successes of your campaign. If you do all of those things, the chance of successfully running an annual giving program will be much higher. As always, if you have any questions or comments about anything that you've heard today, please feel free to contact me and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you and have a great day.